Hello, brothers and sisters and others watching. How you doing? Today we're gonna get into this topic called honoring your parents. Some people they have just their mom in their life, or they just have their dad in their life. Either way, honor your parents. If you have two parents, honor your two parents. Honor your mother and your father. You have one parent, honor your mother. You have one parent, honor your father, but honor your parents. Let's see the tenth. Let's see in the 10th commandments now. Book of Exodus. Book of Exodus. Exodus, chapter 10. Or no, not 10. Chapter 20. Exodus. Book of Exodus, chapter 20. It says, "Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God had given thee." So yeah, that's right. It's a commandment. Thou shalt not kill, steal, commit adultery. Thou shalt not have other gods than me. Honor your parents. Right? Let's get into it. Let's get it. Check this. Book of Psalms. Chapter 15, verse 20. A wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish man despise his mother. You see, your mother and father conceived you. Your mother, she gave birth to you. Your father was a man to stay in your life. And he was a man to raise you. Now, sometimes the mother and the father don't know how to raise their child right. So their child ends up rebelling, doesn't know anything about money, doesn't know anything about respect, doesn't even respect their parents as well. Because the parents did not raise their child right, that's why their child disrespects them. You need to discipline your child. That's why a lot of people, you see, a lot of people in Canada, Canadian parents, American parents, I'm sorry, but a lot of them are not really trained properly. You see, people from the Caribbean, like a Jamaica, Trinidad, Guyana, India, Pakistan, Africa, these people, these beat their children by disciplining their child. Because doing this, it teaches them everything about responsibility. To be a man, like it's not a woman cannot make a child or a boy into a man. That's a man's job. Am I right? A woman cannot make her boy into a man. A man has to do it. It's a man's job. A lot of men don't want to teach their kid about money. They don't want to teach them things about how to go fishing. As a parent father, you have to take your child fishing, put him into sports, talk to him. A lot of parents, they're working hard. The dad is working hard. He gives his son money. No, giving your son money is nothing. Book of Romans, chapter 1, 29 to 32. Being filled. Okay, 28 to 32. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whispers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, which commit such things are worthy of death, and only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do it. Book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 1 to 3. Children, obey your parents, in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment I promised, that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live on long on the earth. So it's saying right here, honor your mother and honor your father. That's it. Okay, Book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 20. Children, obey your parents in all things, for this is well pleasing unto the Lord. And for you fathers out there, listen to this. Fathers, provoke not your children to anger, lest they be discouraged. So here it is again. He's saying, children, obey your parents in all things. In all things. If your mother and father tell you to be back at a certain time, you be back at that certain time. If you're going to be late due to traffic from the bus, you tell them. If you're going to be late, you call them. Don't lie to your mom and dad so you don't have to lie. If your mother and father ask you, don't hang around with certain crowds, and don't hang out with certain crowds. Obey your parents in all things. In all things. So whatever you're told, you do it. You do it. And I'm sorry, you parents out there. The reason why your kids are disobedient towards you, don't respect you, is because you didn't raise them properly when you was young. Because you probably wasn't raised right when you was young. Now check this. Book of 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 8. But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. Infidel, aka unbeliever. So, you're living with your mom, you're living with your dad, you're living with your uncles, aunts, cousins, whatever. Provide for them. So how do you provide? You go out and get a job so you earn money. And every time you get a paycheck, buy groceries for the house. That's it. Ask them. It's like, okay, mom, dad, or aunt, uncle, what do I want me to get? What do you want me to get? Get a paper, get a pen, and write down. Write down. Okay, I'm gonna get bread. I'm gonna get box of burgers. I'm gonna get buns for the burgers. I'm gonna get vegetables, fruits, herbs. I'm gonna get water. I'm gonna get juice. I'm gonna get cheese, meat slices, hot dogs, milk, yogurt, all these things. Help around the house. Because that's your family, that's your blood. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, when they get mad, what they do is like, they break things, they put holes in walls, they break the property and everything. God doesn't want that. The Lord does not want that. If you don't respect your mother and your father, how is God going to think? If you don't respect your own mother and father, you're not going to respect God. What is God going to say right there on Judgment Day? Say, yo, what up, man? Hey, man. Hey, man, what up, man? Hey, man. You don't respect your mother? You don't respect your father? Why should I let you in heaven then? You see, a lot of people, they grow up with no fathers. They have no father figure. So they turn to the streets. If they live in the ghettos, yeah, they're going to turn to the streets. They're going to end up being bad. Some of them do, but most of them will. So if your dad ended up, God forbid, was murdered, or he's locked up, or he ran away. Now it's your responsibility to be a man to your mother. You gotta show, like, you know what, I'm your son. I'm here, man. I got you, man. You heard me, man. And especially when you're the oldest one in the household. You're the oldest out of your cousins. You're the oldest. You have to do something. You get money from work, or you're getting money from checks from the COVID-19 relief. Spend some money from that and buy groceries for the house. That's it. People want to eat vegetables, fruits, need herbs. Get that. So basically, what is being disobedient? Refusal to obey. So a lot of people want to sneak out. Their mom and dad told them, okay, be back at this time. They come 2, 3 hours later. They don't even call them saying, okay, I'm gonna be late. They sneak out to go hang with the friends. You gotta fix up, people. You already know. Obey your mother and obey your father, or obey your mother.